What is happening, everybody? We are here on a lovely sunny afternoon in the wonderful suburb of Glenelg, and I'm standing in front of the world famous, or probably just state famous, Grom House. I'm about to go inside and chat to the man behind the Grom House, Reese, and see what he's up to today. So let's go.
Oh, hello.
Hello, Reese. How are you?
Not bad. Yourself, mate. How you going?
Thought I'd bring a friend along.
Oh, yeah. How you going? Come on in.
I wanted to see what the Grom House was, Reese. So I want to move into the first room because I was here previously.
Yeah, but did you get a good look around? What caught your eye that I didn't get to tell you about?
Well, what I wanted to ask about, Reese, is you recently had private function here.
Yeah, I had them
Right here.
Well, sort of contained in this space here, but if you've ever seen them play, they weren't. The extent of Chris just constantly throwing himself into the crowd here. We had all our cables running along up here to an amp here. And since I didn't think about what they're like, I only had 20 meters to go from over there, in that corner, up around to here. So his microphone runs out at about here. So immediately, when he runs into the crowd, he starts yanking all this off the wall, pulling the amp down. So I had to push my way through, hold it. And if you see the video I've put up on the Grom House YouTube, you can just see me the entire time just holding onto this amp, making sure it doesn't fall over and break. The worst part was when the bassist, PJ, we told him, stay away from the fan, stay away from the TV. That's the expensive stuff, that's the house stuff, we rent. Yeah. So we had all our couches pitched up here, and for a song, he climbs up here, gets everyone to come in on. Our film guy is there, just going, no. And he's just like, and fucking somersaults into the crowd.
TV's going.
And crowd surfs back, and I was all the way back here, I couldn't do anything about it. It was terrifying, but the coolest shit.
Can we just get a shot of how big the TV here is? He was right next to it and he jumped up and he almost, that big ass TV.
Yeah, I promised my housemate if the TV got damaged, I'd pay for it. And that's very expensive.
And it was like they were working with short cords as well, especially for the mic when he was jumping in to the...
Yeah, I used it as a leash to make sure he didn't go too far away. He'd get up to here and I'm like, alright, come back.
Pretty sure off the rest of the house.
A small project happening here, which is a traffic light that I'm going to set up an Arduino with, and that's going to be sound activated. So whenever a certain level of noise happens, it'll randomly activate one of the lights. That's cool. Activate, turn it off, activate, turn it off. So hopefully random flashings will happen while bands are happening. There's just shit up here. Oh,
Russell Coy?
Russell Coy!
Yeah.
All Aussie adventures.
All of these were mailed to us when we first moved into this house. For about 6 months, every week sort of thing, we would get a letter, a package from... We don't know, we're still not too sure who did it, but it'd just be random shit.
So this is basically all in preparation for the Halloween show that you have coming up.
Well, this is how I store everything. So just keep it out of the way as much as possible for my other housemates who live here.
Of course, yeah.
I got the drum kit from Fowler's when they shut down. There's a couple band signatures on them, but I can't remember which drum kit had it. Oh, have you ever try this? Well, don't actually try it because it's probably poisonous by now. But we tried making chili vodka, but apparently you're only meant to store...
Shit on that?
You're only meant to store it for a week, and that's been in there for over 2 years.
Okay, all right.
So just open it and have a little sniff. Keep your nose close.
I mean, it's not what I expected. I wouldn't drink it.
No, God. I don't know who did it, but I really need to shout out to whoever came to our Cyberpunk party and made an entire slab of slurm.
Yeah.
That I found those when I was cleaning up. Amazing. Do you want to sample things that are in my house?
Let's do a tasting.
Taste test.
Yeah, all right.
Alright. Yeah, go for a little sippy of that.
Okay. We get an awesome shot of that.
Free advertising for these guys.
All right, now we're going to do a live review of Archie Mite vodka, is it?
Yeah.
Product of Sydney, mighty fine spirit. I don't have words. That's.
Not
I mean, you really have to taste that for yourself. That's...
You want a beer to push that hook back?
Yeah, okay. No beauty.
Do you guys want one?
Original German beer.
Wow. We're getting international on the Australian Underground today.
Cheers to you, man. This big pentagram, some friends are filming a short movie and they used a bunch of Grom House knickknacks as set decoration, props, that's the word. And then they came back with more. They're like, hey, here's your stuff back, but also here's extra. And we're like, we don't need this. Have you seen our house?
Posters everywhere. Yeah. Every gig poster ever.
This is my housemate's office that I made for him. Oh, I made it for myself, but I didn't use it, so he gets to use it. Ties.
Yeah. Whenever you need
Hundreds of thousands of ties.
Yeah,
This is the last, quarter of what we started with. We got these from a friend. She turned up at our house with 9 Woolworths shopping bags stuffed to the... she couldn't tie the top of them together. They're just stuffed with these ties and... Yeah, we took them
Should
and...
I ask why?
were you ever part of a group called Adelaide?
No.
So it was a group where people traded stuff. Hey man.
What's up? What you guys doing?
Just have a little film here.
Oh yeah, cool. Welcome. Hey. Eyes up here.
But
Fiddler.
yeah, so that shirt specifically was because Fiddler were playing Laneway and a friend of ours couldn't go. So we bought a blow-up doll, glued a wig to it, cut the wig to sort of his haircut.
It's weird.
Dressed it sort of like him and then made all that for him and then carried it around. And our goal was to get it on stage with Fiddler. I got within 10 meters of stage and some guy grabbed it. He's just like, didn't say anything, just grabbed it and took a huge chunk out of its neck, just bit its neck.
Oh, okay.
And ran off. And I was like, it survived the whole of Laneway up until Fiddler, and this guy just bites a chunk out of its fucking neck.
Now, Reese, you're a bit of an avid gardener.
I'm trying, yeah.
Trying. Would you like to show us what you have going on? Let's go inside and talk a little bit about your passion for music a bit more. Right?
Sure.
Reese, as we've come around your house here and we've seen everything that we have to see,
I miss so much.
Yeah, sure. My main question is why do you put events on here? What is the lust for you? Why do you do it?
I love live music. It's what got me through a lot of shit times. Like that's my way of meditating. Some people exercise. I go to gigs.
Yeah, I can relate to that. Yeah.
It's always made me happy. I love it. I love seeing smaller bands get big. It's the coolest thing ever when, like, you know, you go to a band, they've got like 5 people, so you get to chat to them, and then a year later they've got like 100 people going to their shows, and it's so cool to see other people enjoying this music. Like, I've got one friend who doesn't listen to music.
Yeah.
Don't know why, just doesn't listen to music. He started, he's always come to our parties, we started putting on bands, and now he goes to some of these bands that I put on more often than I do.
That's an accomplishment, I guess.
It's fantastic. He's like, oh, music!
Yeah. He gets it now.
Yeah. That's good. It's so fucking cool to see. I also absolutely adore, like, the aesthetic of house gigs.
Yeah.
Like, I absolutely idolize Fiddler. I've watched so many of their live shows over and over again. I love watching, like, the video clips of some dude, like, them all in this tiny little room. Some dude's, like, walking hands and feet over the ceiling. Everyone's just sweaty as fuck. It's just so cool to me. And I'm doing it now, as much as I can in a rental.
Have you had many complaints from neighbours, landlords?
Nope.
Nope, not yet.
I've had a couple, but that's only because I fucked up. Yeah, the only time I've ever had complaints is when I've had bands out the back, in the backyard, because sound just fucking goes everywhere. We once had Horror My Friend playing. Well, it wasn't even Horror My Friend it was Goon Bomb, the very first band.
Okay.
And the sound went from where the stage was, where I showed you, all the way echoed down the street to the tram stop, like 2 blocks away.
That's beautiful.
And there was a cop car driving past, a quiet Glenelg.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, do I hear live music? Not in this quiet neighborhood. So they drove and shut it down. But they were like, stop. You gotta stop. I was like, okay. And
wait until they leave and go.
They waited until they left. The next band, I told them, look, here's your money, but you can't play.
Oh, okay.
Everyone sort of come for the headliner, Horror My Friend.
Yeah.
So one of the bands had to miss out. They were pretty. One of them in particular was pretty miffed, but in the end, you know, we're still cool.
Yeah.
That band ended up breaking up, and now they are Nocturnal Animals, who played the last party as well.
Okay, yeah, that was good. I like it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed them as well. I want to get them again soon, but yeah, that's one of the times we've had it. Other than that, I gave one time I only gave 2 days notice to all my neighbours, and I had one old lady call me up and, this is unacceptable, you can't be doing this. And
Yeah, that's good.
I was like, yeah, understandable. I've set a standard and I didn't keep to that.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's just been party complaints, really. Like at 3 a.m, someone's turned the music up way too loud in the backyard.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Yeah.
Where do you see the Grom House in the future? Do you see yourself actually kind of in a career with this type of stuff?
Well, that's what I'm aiming for. Like,
because you do this pretty much hobby. You have a separate job that you do, and that's how you fund everything.
Yeah, well, that's exactly it. I fund it all from how I work.
Yeah.
All my work money goes into this. In the 4 years I've been having bands here, I have never set a budget. I just throw money at it until it works. And this coming party, it will be the first time I've sat down and said, all right, I'm going to spend only this much, and
Awesome.
if I reach that much, I can't add anything else to the party, or something's got to get cut. It's nice to know that I can stick in a budget, and that gives me a idea of the future, and potentially doing this as a business.
Yeah.
I try to talk to a lot of people who work in bars, try to talk to the people who run those bars,
Of course,
and see what it takes to hire those bars and set up my own events. So I talk to bands as well, get friendly with them, say, hey, how would you like me to manage something? And they're like, yeah, Reece, absolutely.
That's good. It's awesome that we live in Adelaide, and it's kind of tight knit. It's pretty easy to actually kind of set up a gig. I mean, if you got bands that want to play and people that want to see.
Yeah, absolutely is.
I mean,
the hardest part is getting people to actually come.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, tiny plug because we're putting on a gig in December. But that was easier than people think because we kind of contacted them and we had bands that.
Where is it?
Played. Chateau Apollo.
What's
December
the date?
The 5th. But it kind of shows how I guess kind of tight knit the Adelaide music scene is because you can put events on like this and you don't need to have a big name.
No, not at all. Well, yeah, absolutely. Like before, when I started going to gigs, it seemed like no one would come unless they knew the band or knew someone who was going to the band. But I don't know. I feel like Adelaide at the moment, especially with all the larger bands that are coming up, like West Thebarton, Bad Dreams, Horror My Friend, Pemberton, they're pretty cool. They're up and coming up. Towns, just out of nowhere, like bands are really springing up and doing really well.
Yeah,
and
people support.
People are seeing that and they're like, oh, maybe there's other stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're coming into an age of people wanting to be at shows. I mean, people want to be at shows. If you've ever been to a Day of Clarity, people want to be at shows.
Yeah. I definitely feel like people are more open to going out and seeing a band that they've never heard of before.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is amazing.
Oh, I love it.
I don't think that's happened in the past before, but that they just want to go out and see a band they've never heard or anything before and give them a chance, which is...
And it's cool as fuck. It's how I got where I am now. Is I went to a band who literally had like their parents still there. Made friends with them and they're like, oh wow, someone likes our music.
Yeah.
And
it's like, wow, amazing.
Yeah, and then they were like, well, if you like our music, we'll do it. We'll play at your gig, we'll play at your house. Went the first year of the Grom House where it was just parties. Second year, we basically just had one band called Bar Hub Leaders play every party. One time they played for 5 hours.
Wow, okay.
5 hours.
I think, I kind of remember that story a little bit. I wasn't there.
They'd stop for like 10 minutes to go out, like scull a beer, have a bong, come back, play for another 40 minutes until my girlfriend begged them to stop because they went through their entire set list. They went through all the songs they were working on. They went through all the songs that they kind of knew how to cover. And then they were at this point where they were just like vibing, they were just jamming, they were just making noise.
That's good. That's awesome.
And my girlfriend's just like, just, you don't have to keep doing it. Yeah, just the weirdest stuff happens here, and I love it. Like this table, people just get people to draw on this table right all over.
We get a shot of all the beautiful artwork that's on this table right here. It's wonderful.
We have people from the Animal House come here. I think I got Private Function to write on here somewhere.
Yeah. Just because this is a rental, it's not your house. So how do you?
People are respectful.
Well, that's awesome.
Honestly,
that's
people
good.
are just fucking dandy. The worst thing that's ever happened. He started throwing a bowling ball inside, and then people could see the silhouettes of two people jam his fingers.
Oh!
Getting their arse eaten there. And they all had edibles.
What the hell?
Hey man, some weird kids muttering curses around your house. With one of our cowboy hats.
Oh man. This sounds like an awesome endeavour you've put yourself into here.
Yeah, man. People have a great time. I love seeing people have a good time.
Yeah.
And that's as simple as it gets, really. As long as I can afford to do it, I'll keep doing it.
Yeah.
I want to, as I said, I eventually want to start going to venues and doing it. Maybe making some money out of it, and then I don't know what to do after that.
The Grom House goes on tour?
Maybe. Might become a band manager.
Oh yeah, I like that.
I really like the idea of owning a recording studio.
Okay.
But I don't know anything about recording, so obviously I'd have to hire people and whatnot. But yeah, I'd love to have Grom House Records.
Okay.
Well, I've sort of set up a Bandcamp already.
Okay.
I recorded Goon Bomb and Burnside Mum's last shows together, and got that mixed.
Yeah.
And I've released that on Bandcamp for free. Anybody can listen to their last sets together. That was really fun.
Beautiful. Okay.
And that's sort of what I'm going to start doing now. Is any bands that I know who are having their last show or just want a live recording. I'm going to start doing that. I've bought a whole bunch of live streaming equipment, which I'm going to incorporate into that, so people can on Twitch or something can, if they don't want to go to a gig.
Yeah.
Because that's another thing. I understand these parties can be hectic for some people.
Yeah, exactly.
So they can still feel like they're sort of
Yeah.
here. They can watch it.
Yeah.
See, I like that idea because house party gigs themselves, they look good when you're watching them.
Yeah.
They look better than just...
You look at the footage and you're like, hell yeah.
Yeah, that looks awesome.
But really, like, a house gig is sweaty as all hell.
Yeah, it was.
So sweaty. You get some fucked up people. You get some weird people.
Yeah.
And it's not for everybody.
No. It's interesting.
Yeah. Like, it's a time. But yeah, I understand it's not for everyone, but I want everyone to still sort of feel like they get to experience that. See it as it happens. So yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to like go to gigs with my live streaming equipment, have that set up so people can see gigs without having to go to gigs.
But Reese, this is kind of the reason I wanted to chat to you today, because you're one of the people that are in the scene that are really kind of helping the local underground bands actually get a footing and get out there, get exposure. Exactly.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah.
Because I mean, you have talked about Horror My Friend and West Thebarton, but you're not getting huge names in here.
No, well,
and you're giving kind of more local names a chance to actually, because it's filmed. I mean, now you're starting to film the kind of everything and put it online.
I've got most of our sets up on the Grom House YouTube channel. I've got like 2 years of footage of maybe a few gigs. I got Pemberton. I got a few like Noos. We played here. Yeah, and none of it's fantastic footage because I don't know how to do it properly. Yeah. Like, I set up cameras, I get the footage, I give it to my editor Paul, and he does the best he can with it. I want to start investing in more equipment so I can get more angles and stuff. But I just love harnessing the feeling of a live show as well. The fuck ups, the fucking banter, the energy. You don't get it with recordings, like studio stuff. And yeah, that's my next step, is just try and, that's what I'm aiming for, is to like create footage at the moment. Yeah, create footage that harnesses live energy. That's why I only have one microphone recording everything. I just hang it up from the center of the room and I record, you get cunts talking in the background while bands are playing. You get people shouting at the bands. You get the bands just talking about garbage. You get people fucking up. You get all this sort of stuff that is a live show. I just want to harness that and make people feel like they're there and can go back to that. Yeah, exactly. The only thing I can't give them is how hot and horrible it gets.
Reese, it's been wonderful chatting to you today, my friend.
Thank you,
it's been a pleasure. Thank you for having me in the Grom House, the actual Grom House. This is necromancer juice. Was that right, Reese?
Yeah, necromancer juice.
Yeah, I'm not doing that again.
I got him to drink the necromancer's juice.
Ah, you fool.
Turns out if you put a video camera in front of people, they do a lot of stupid stuff.